Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, September 30th, and I am joined this morning by Matt Schoolfield at schools_01, and I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia TCF on Twitter. And on today's show, we will be talking about the White Sox. The White Sox got a big Game 1 win against the Oakland A's. They won 4-1 going up in this best-of-3 series. Cubs-Marlins play today at 1 o'clock, Game 1. The White Sox also play today, so it'll be a big day for Chicago baseball in the playoffs. The Vikings and the Titans shut down. The Titans had, I think, like 8 positive cases on their team or whatever. I think staff also. So they both shut down their facilities for now, but are expected to play as of right now, even if they cannot practice until at least Saturday. So we will see how that goes. Scottie Pippen not too thrilled with the Bulls' hire of Billy Donovan. We'll get into that, our thoughts on that, and if the Bulls fans should even think twice about it. And then the Lightning win the Stanley Cup. And we will also have a little Heat Lakers NBA Finals preview, which will also be going on tonight. A lot of sports going on today. But also follow the main page on Twitter at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans. You can follow us on there. Go over to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube page with our morning shows, all the local legend interviews that we do, and our podcast. They all go on our YouTube page. Please subscribe to that. Then whenever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify. If it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Give us a 5-star rating, please. And then if anywhere else, just type it in. You'll find us on there. Shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Go over there, use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans for 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is 26shirts.com Chicago for typical. Go over to 26shirts.com Chicago. You use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans on there, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Go follow them on all social medias. Maddie, how you doing this morning?
Good, man. Good. Can't complain. Another halfway through the week now at this point. So, just one more day to get through till we get through Thursday night football. Then we got another weekend of college and pro football coming. Big weekend in baseball. Kind of feels like today is going to be a little bit of a mini March Madness when it comes to baseball. We got 8 games kind of just stacked up right on top of each other throughout the day. So, it'll be pretty nice. One little advantage to being a work from home in my day job kind of thing. So have the Cubs game going on the TV, have another game going on my iPad while I'll still be able to work and have a bunch of baseball going on. And it just so happens the Cubs game's like right in the middle, or starts right in the middle of my kids' nap, so it's like impeccable timing as well. So that one I can actually, control the TV. It won't
Perfect
be Toy Story or Cars or Lion King or something like that.
Major League Baseball called Matt and asked him when would be the best time. He said 1 o'clock.
Give me the opportune time.
Well, afternoon baseball
game,
too. It'll get you through your work day. It'll give you something to look at throughout the day. I'm nervous. I know you.
I'm very nervous. We'll get to it.
Whatever you want to say, it doesn't mean anything. Whatever. The season,
should we just jump right
into
the Cubs
whatever.
now?
No, we'll start off with the White Sox. We will start off with the White Sox because they gotta win. White Sox win Game 1, 4-1. And they.
What a performance by Giolito.
Giolito had a perfect game through 6 or 7 innings.
Through 6, gave up a hit in the 7th.
Looked good. Did
got
not
into a little.
Want to come out of that.
Got
game.
a little bit of trouble. Got into a little bit of trouble, and it was the right call to pull him.
He didn't want to come out as a competitor.
He did his job and some today.
Awesome.
He shut down a very good lineup in Oakland.
White Sox.
He was filthy.
White Sox do what they've been doing all year. Home runs. They had 3 home runs
Murdering
in this
lefties.
game.
Yeah, they murdered lefties, and that's what they did to Jesus Luzardo today. Abreu homered,
one of the guys that said
Madrigal homered.
Engel
maybe
homered, the ballpark was a little big. I was wrong, but they look good. winning game 1 of a 3-game series. So go out there and finish out the series today, and then move
Sounds
on.
like they should be getting Eloy back possibly for
Yep.
game 2, and if not game 2, definitely in game 3. It sounded like he was available to pinch hit if need be today. So you get the lineup just has another big reinforcement coming, and the team is. I've been very vocal on our shows about my dislike for a lot of their fan base and the organization itself. They're players you can't deny how damn good they are. Extremely talented, good group of guys to watch play. They're a lot of fun to watch play. Tim Anderson is just he's like an old school player. He's not. They were talking about it on the broadcast today. He hit a ground ball that was the exit velocity, I think, was 109 or 110 on it on the ground ball, which was higher than the home run that Abreu hit. So they were commenting, it's like, oh, you just got to adjust the launch angle. And Jessica Mendoza's like, that's just not him. And she's spot on when she said that. So, Tim Anderson is not a launch angle, not weighted runs created kind of guy or a whip, or a war guy or anything like that. He's just a ball player. And he hits for a high average. It's what you like to see from like those old school really good hitters. They always had the averages up in the 340s and 350s. Tim Anderson's probably going to win another batting title, if not a few more. It's just the way he approaches. He's a great leadoff hitter for that team. Good leader, good catalyst, and they got a cornerstone with him. He's the type of guy that's just going to be an anchor for an organization for a long time.
Yeah, they got a good team going forward, and let's see if they can make a little bit of a run here in this playoffs.
They're good.
They're good.
Their talented.
Their offense is.
They really are.
Their offense came to play when it meant the most today, so that is big. So White Sox get a 1-0 series lead in a best of 3. The Cubs today play the Marlins at Wrigley Field, where all 3 games will be at. Kyle Hendricks versus Sandy Alcantara. It is going to be. I'm nervous. I'm nervous just because this offense can just go away whenever, and we have it's a 3-game series. You don't have just a game to give away. You really want to get game 1, even though you got Darvish on the mound for game 2. You want to be able to just make it a 2-game series and move on to a 5-game series. Get away from it. You get a little more wiggle room with the offense, but hopefully it gets hot and we can have a little fun with it.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Marlins for rotation.
Yeah,
their front 3 starters are really
pitching.
tough, and like you said, with Alcantara was really good. Pablo Lopez had a couple shakier starts the last few weeks of the season, but first half of the stretch run or the sprint season that we had, he was dynamite. And you can't say enough about Sixto Sanchez, the young fireball, electric stuff. Kind of that mold, and I'm not going to say he is the type of pitcher or the quality of pitcher he was, but kind of that Pedro Martinez frame where it's kind of lankier. Doesn't look like he'd be able to throw as hard as he does, but that guy's got filthy stuff. Marlins have 3 really, really good pitchers. And the other thing that worries me a little bit about this team too, and a lot of it stems from it always seems like the same guys, just kill certain teams. They have 3 guys that have traditionally murdered the Cubs. And Starling Marte, when he was with the Pirates, absolutely murdered the Cubs. Francisco Cervelli, not a great baseball player by any stretch of the imagination, murdered the Cubs when he was with the Pirates. And Jesus Aguilar, when he was with the Brewers the last couple seasons, always seemed like he was hitting homers against the Cubs. So that kind of stuff worries me a little bit. They've got guys who can produce a little bit. And Brian Anderson, he's another really good player they got too. He's kind of a multi-dimensional, kind of plays a bunch of positions. Can play third base, can play outfield, first. He's a good hitter. Had a really, really good year for them last year. He was kind of their best player offensively when the Marlins were very good. But like we talked about, they fought off a big COVID rush early on in the season and kind of thought they might be done. And now they're in the playoffs, and they're not going to be a walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they will. They have a lot of
and like
experience,
you said, you
a lot of
you
playoff
can't afford
experience on this team.
I like what you said too, Zach, about it's this 3-game series. You can't give one up. You don't have wiggle room to just hand one away.
You can't let Kyle Hendricks go, 8 8 innings or
You
so,
can't
give
do
up
what the
one
Twins
run and
did.
not give him any support. You got to give him. We got to score 4 or 5 runs today.
You cannot do what the Twins did today, where you're, in a tie game and you have a ground ball to get out of the inning in the eighth. You bobble it, and bases loaded. You walk in the next guy, and now all of a sudden you're down. Next hitter hits a rope for a
And guess
double,
what?
and
The
then you're down
Twins are now
4-1.
1 game away from elimination. So like, what?
Where a bad throw from one of your better players in
You know what
Polanco
I
just
mean? Though, yeah.
pulls the second baseman off the base. They should have been out of the inning. Would have been
It's
1-1.
just crazy because it's never been done before with the 3-game series. That like you lose that first one, you're nervous.
Yeah,
You're very nervous.
you're being it's being down
So
3-1.
let's go out there, get a win today. Cubs in 2. I'm excited. Got Kyle Hendricks on the mound. It's crazy. We got Kyle Hendricks, then you, Darvish. So 1-2. Get the series over with, and then we move on to the real playoffs, as you would have to say. The Vikings and the Titans both had to shut down after playing each other. The Titans had, I think, 7 or 8 positive tests within the team and the staff. And then so both teams have shut down their respective facilities for now, and both teams, or at least the Titans, have said if they can't practice until Saturday, they will still play on Sunday, or they've been talking about maybe even moving it to Monday. That'd be kind of cool, 2 games on Monday night. But I hope this doesn't really change anything. I don't think it will. I think they're just going to kind of move right through it, just like baseball did. It's a little different at first, but it's going to happen, and you're just going to have to just kind of keep it moving safely.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're going to play. I think the measures that they've kind of put in place were they're knowing that something like this was going to happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It would work out much better if both teams were, if their opponents had the same buys and things like that, where they could just kind of reschedule for that week and take their bye early and be done with it. But not going to have that option, and just going to have to deal with it. I think that's why some of the, teams have had kind of arrangements with practice squad players and certain people to kind of stay in quarantine, like Josh McCown, where he's essentially like an emergency quarterback, just sitting in quarantine for the next 3 or 4 months in case somebody needs a quarterback on Sunday morning. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to start kind of maybe having those emergency backup plans in place and, do what you got to do.
And it is nice that they're open to playing it Monday night too, moving it if needed to give the whatever teams need a little bit more practice that they haven't gotten. But it is nice that they're not just panicking and shutting it all down. They are shutting down the facilities because it's what you need to do. But they're getting ways to get back into the facilities as quick as possible and safely as possible too. So hopefully we will see both teams out there on Sunday or Monday night. But we got the Heat.
And I know it sucks. It does suck, but you may have to play on a cramped schedule one week.
Yeah.
You may have to go a Tuesday, Sunday, or move back your following week's game to a second Monday night. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be flexible. Teams are going to have to definitely be flexible.
Oh, yeah. But we got the Heat and Lakers NBA Finals. In the NBA Finals, it is going to be, I think, a good series. I think it will go 6 or 7. I'm still thinking the Heat. I'm hoping the Heat win this. I think that they're gonna do something that a lot of teams haven't been able to do. Is maybe ruffle some feathers a little bit. Maybe get some people mad on the other team. Get in some, I don't know, some battles, as you would say, some arguments. Hopefully, Jimmy Butler loves to guard LeBron, and he's done it with the Bulls, and he did a very good job at it. I'm excited for this series. I think it will be. I think these are the probably. I wouldn't maybe not the Heat, but maybe they're like 4 or 5, whatever, 3 maybe in the league, but. We got the 2 best teams.
The way Miami is constructed, the way that team is constructed, though, they can make things difficult for the Lakers.
They can shoot threes. They can guard down low.
Well, at some point, they're going to have to make a decision. Does LeBron guard Butler or does he guard Harrell late in the game? because I don't want to leave either one of those guys
No.
open because Butler's going to hit. Butler's going to hit an open shot in a big situation, and Tyler Harrell just seems to hit everything he throws up right now. So you're going to take your pick. You're going to have to pick your poison. Davis is going to have his fits with Bam, I think, at times. So there's going to be certain matchups that are not going to be just simple walk in
The
the park.
Lakers bench is going to need to come to play.
Correct. And if Kyle Kuzma plays like he did in the series against the Nuggets, that guy sucks, dude.
Not
I'm
playing
not
well
a
right
Kyle
now.
Kuzma guy by any stretch of the imagination. He has not been good.
I really don't.
And I probably
The bench
watched-
really hasn't been
I probably
that
watched
good.
more basketball and more NBA in the bubble than I have probably, I don't know, in such a condensed time frame in a long time, as much as I have. But like I don't know, man. Kuzma, you hear so many people talk so great about him. He just has not impressed me in the bubble by any stretch.
No, not at all. And I just think this Heat team has somebody that can guard Anthony Davis and somebody that can guard LeBron James. And I think that's huge.
Right. Well, and you're never going to shut him down.
No, but you're right.
You're going to slow him down.
And you have somebody there.
You're going to slow him down. And LeBron's not going to get easy buckets on Jimmy Butler. He's just not going to get easy shots all game long. Butler's going to try to, he'll be able to stay with him.
No, they respect each other, and it's going to be a really good series between the two teams.
Dragic is going to hit like a big shot at some point too, because it seems like he always does.
Always
I don't know
does.
why.
Always does. But okay, Billy Donovan doesn't impress Scottie Pippen. I don't really get this. I don't know. I seen that he has I don't know. He's got something coming out soon. I don't know if it's like a meditation book or something. I don't know what it was.
It sounds like he needs it.
Because he goes out and says he's not impressed by Billy Donovan. He hasn't proven himself in the NBA. He really didn't do that great in OKC. Even though he led a team with Chris Paul, Steven Adams, and then who really else on that team
that had recently
Game
lost
7.
Russell Westbrook, that had recently lost Kevin Durant. That organizations don't let guys like that go and recover. Right, but you don't lose guys like that, and your organization doesn't sustain any kind of modicum of success usually. And he's been, I don't know how or why or what, but that team has been way better than I ever thought they were going to be after Westbrook left.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
He's got to have some credit for that.
Now we're going to be talking about the coach. Now that we have Billy Donovan, now we're going to be we're not going to be impressed with the coach that this organization has picked after we just had Fred Hoiberg, who I still think he was okay, whatever. And then Jim Boylan. Yeah. Now we're like, oh man, what are we doing here?
Well, for one, Pippen's pissed off because he's not an ambassador in the organization anymore. He doesn't have that role with them where he's just kind of milking the gravy train.
Yeah, sit the sideline.
Shaking hands at the UC and glad handling a season ticket holders and making a bunch of money doing it. So he's bitter and pissed off about that. He's bitter and pissed off because the Last Dance made him look like dog shit. So he's trying to I think he's trying to
I just think it's a bad take out there. It's just a bad take.
It's a terrible take. Billy Donovan's a universally well-accepted, well-respected as a good basketball coach.
He is a successful NBA coach. He has success in the NBA. What are you talking about?
And he fits the mold of what AK wants. Yeah. And AK knows how to build a team.
Then he goes on to say something about how the bubble just isn't real and this and that, and it's just not good basketball. It's just like, what? I don't know. I think it's...
Yeah, I don't know. Scottie Pippen is
just mad.
He's not doing himself. No, it's definitely a thing of bitterness. But he's what are you doing, man? Like, just give it up.
Yeah. I don't know. I just it kind of caught me off guard. I'm like,
and frankly, I don't really care if he's excited about Donovan personally. What does that matter at the end of the day? You know what I mean?
Who
cares?
I'm just
who cares
confused.
what Scottie Pippen thinks about Bill? No, I told you.
I don't
know
if I've seen anyone say anything bad about it.
Right, and of all people, just to come out and just throw something at the wall, it's just outrageous. I don't know. It's just kind of nowhere.
Dumb. And I don't like it. Yeah. Matty Pucks, the Lightning win the Stanley Cup. How do we feel?
Matty Pucks is done. He's over. He's gone. He's finito. We got a Stanley Cup champ. Tampa Bay Lightning,
Hey,
best team in
Matt,
the league for probably the last 3 or 4
I
years.
don't mean to be rude, and I know I loved every Matty Pucks you ever did. But did anyone know that the Lightning actually won the Stanley Cup?
It didn't seem like there was a social media presence about it. That's
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
My buddy texted me this morning. And he
Nothing
was
against
like,
the
he
Lightning,
said
probably great game, but like
it was an absolutely hilarious
they
text
couldn't.
too.
They
I
should have
gotta
moved
find
it
it,
to
but it was
tonight. They honestly should have moved the game to tonight.
yeah. I mean, when you get into that
You
kind
couldn't
of
have picked a worse Monday night game to go up against Ravens Chiefs
Mahomes and
and
Lamar
Lamar Jackson.
Jackson,
What are you doing?
yeah, I don't know. It's didn't work out well for them there. I thought hockey did a great job with the bubble itself. I thought they were um, all the each series was entertaining, and they were Tampa was outstanding last night. Defensively, they suffocated the Stars. Dallas couldn't get anything going, and it was I don't know if you were watching, but in the third period, there's about 5 minutes left, and Dallas got in a power play. Or it was less than that because it was about three and a half to go, and they didn't go. They didn't pull their goalie then to go 6-on-4. And at that point, it's like you have not gotten any kind of sustained rush against this team. Why are you not kind of throwing all your eggs at the wall here? So I don't know. It just kind of was a weird ending for Dallas as aggressive as they played all series, but. I don't know, man. Give the Lightning credit. They finally won a cup. I don't put an asterisk next to this one by any means.
A little post show here. I wanted to look this up to make sure I got it right. Scottie Pippen says he doesn't consider the NBA bubble to be basketball. Says it's to him it's pickup.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what my buddy said, kind of along the same lines with Tampa's Stanley Cup. He said, "What a terrible year to win a championship. No parade, no 48-hour bar crawl, nothing like hoisting the cup to a stadium full of cardboard people."
It's true, and like they said,
there's some truth
to
that.
I don't think anyone wants to even look at the ratings. I mean, maybe they were good in like Tampa.
But
like
I don't know. I watched a lot of hockey, so I was entertained by it. I had no issues myself personally.
No, I know you. I know Matty Pucks is watching every single game. But it's unfortunate timing of it.
It was.
Ooh. Ooh.
I got to give him credit for giving us a lot of entertainment there for a
also
good stretch.
Post show. It's been longest postseason losing streak. MLB, NFL, NBA, and NHL. The Twins.
Minnesota Twins. Yeah, 17 games.
Who is
right?
number 2?
What sport? Give me a
Hockey.
sport.
Right behind me.
Is it really?
The Blackhawks from 1975 to 1979. 16.
Really?
And the Detroit Pistons are actually 2008 to now. 14.
Yeah, that would make sense.
What the heck? The Knicks have the New York Knicks have 13 2001 to 2012. When did they win in 2012? Was that Carmelo there?
They had a play. Yeah, they had that 1 year with Carmelo, and when he was pretty good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think they went to 6 games in that
the
first
New York
round.
Knicks
I believe.
Stink.
Yeah,
unfortunately, the Bulls,
they do.
as of right now, they stink, but they're not going to.
Yeah, but didn't who did the Knicks bring in to run their team? Was it Worldwide West? Is that who they brought in or whatever?
Who?
Didn't they bring in a super agent? Worldwide West or whoever. Who was that? Who did the Knicks bring in?
I don't know.
To run their team.
I don't know.
It was one of like those kind of super agent kind of God, the hell I gotta
find
that.
out.
It's gonna drive me nuts.
Will get to the
Leon Rose. Never mind. It wasn't Leon. It was he was like a long time agent.
There we go.
It was not Worldwide West. My bad. My mistake.
Well, Matt at schools_01 was the one who just made that mistake. I am Zach Lilia. at Lilia TCF. The man who forgot to put up the Cub sign behind me. I just realized that. Man, that's disappointing. You do the whole show and it's like
Yeah.
you can kind of see it too. Championship flag.
We just gotta avenge 2003. Let's just we gotta make up for 2003. Let's bury these guys. Let's bury them.
Follow the main page at typical_Chicago, Instagram, Facebook. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Go over to YouTube. Subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page, please. And go over wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review. If it's anywhere else, just type in Typical Chicago Fans and you will find us on there. Go over to 26shirts.com, Chicago. Use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. And go follow them on all social medias. Maddie, anything else?
Yeah. Go back and listen to the interview with Dom that you and Boomy did. It's still relevant. Playoffs haven't started yet, so for the Cubs. Go back, play that again. Let him get your injected into your veins a little bit, and maybe even calm it down afterwards. Go listen to the last Local Legends interview too, Boomy with the doc. Man, that was a good interview. It's a very good interview.
Check all that out. Like you said, Cubs in 2, baby. Let's go get this win today with Kyle Hendricks on the mound. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, September 30th. We love you all.
Peace.